Ladies and gents, welcome to War Thunder with Mags. Today I've got a battle from my Russian Tier 6-7 lineup. My Tier 6-7 lineup has been about the same since patch 1.27, to be perfectly honest. It consists of the Chaika, Premium, the Type 28 Ishak, Premium, the IL-2M and the AK-1B. For the purposes of the match we're going to show you today, the one we are really interested in, however, is the P39K-1. Now, this plane is exactly the same as the N0 Air Cobra, the first Air Cobra you unlock in the US lineup. Armament, quad 7.62s, twin 12.7s, and the 37mm. It's a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none plane. It climbs okay, it dives okay, it turns okay, but doesn't really excel in any area. This, however, doesn't make it a bad plane. It makes it a very, very new player-friendly aircraft, which is part of the reason why they're so popular. Today's match, I'll be showing you how I fly it, so on with the show. So here we are on Alpine Meadows, ground strike map, and bringing out the Air Cobra. Now, in thick weather here, very, very, very thick cloud cover at about mountaintop level. A lot of people don't seem to like the weather when it's set up like this. I personally love it as it gives the best smoke screen that you can make your aircraft disappear into or appear out of. If you stay directly in the cloud cover, don't climb above or don't climb below. I can vouch as somebody who actually has a maximised crew with ACE training on a couple of my other aircraft. Weather like this, you can disappear and pop up on an aircraft and they won't see you till you're within 500 or 600 metres of them. It is a really, really, really good trick, and it's brilliant for evading if you have to. Just climbing for altitude. Being a ground strike map, I'm looking for bombers. However, this N Air Cobra is a match for mine, and I'm a little concerned with it coming in, so I'll take a penny hint, see if I can get him. Tap him on the back and keep going, swing the camera around. He's not turning, so go for TBF. Its primary target, ground attack, has to be eliminated. The aircraft here I really wanted was the A20G, but with it diving so far, I didn't want to give up the energy advantage that I have from altitude, so the TBF is the most better target. So the TBF's down, continue a shallow climb. I want to keep my airspeed up, dive down, take a shot at this 61 just below me, tagging tail. Now we're in a little bit of a spiral here, it's hard to follow. This crew is not maxed out, so I do black out on hard turns, and there's a lot of hard turns here. Doing a near vertical climb to get an altitude advantage again, so I can spin around and re-dive. Checking the back, making sure no other more likely targets come up. Now, he's pulled in a little bit too far, but I've got this F4U that's in a much better dive position. Swing down, aim careful. The slow fire rate of 37mm makes accurate firing important. Losing for a second. Damage, so he's slow turning, coming in, finish the job. Below me, making sure nothing's climbing up while I'm a little low on speed, getting back to altitude. Nothing appears to be floating around. Now we have a B-25 at high altitude. It's part of the reason why I'm wanting to stay high at the moment. If any fighters come up here, I want to give him cover until he's in a position to be able to dive down on ground targets. Targets directly below me are in excess of 2 kilometres. It's too much energy to give away while I've got it. So I'm just going to lurk around up here and watch the battle from above. This is what I was waiting for. So I've got an SBD coming in, just checking to make sure nothing's climbing up. go in for the kill. Shot into him as I go past, bring it back around. He turns over, giving me a perfect profile. Put another round into him, swing back around. I'm just looping around a little bit here, making it hard. Then we get the aim, and there we go. Two targets present themselves. The triple one's the one I'm going for first. But vanishes into the clouds. So we'll climb back up to the TBF. I said I don't want to give up this energy I've got, I don't want to give up the advantage. Very, very, very close there. One into the engine and a victory roll to finish the kill.
Enemy has taken the initiative.
Camera a lot. I'm just watching what's going on the ground below to see if there's any reason for me to dive down. No reason to at this time. Also, I want to keep a constant watching what's going on behind me. What's in front of me is not a threat. What's behind me is very dangerous. So here I'm presented with 3 targets. Now, the PBY is great for base bombing. The Spadero is an obvious easy first target, being large and generally fairly delicate to take down. SBD, well, it's engaged, so it's not going anywhere fun. So PBY next, I don't want it getting too far away. As much as the pilot is likely to try and dive down on ground targets, which I don't want, I also don't want him staying at altitude and getting to our base for base bombing. He's actually sniped out from the distance. I am trying to angle these shells so they fly up and hit the pylon in between the wing and the fuselage. A solid hit from the 37mm in there will shear the entire wing of the aircraft. But the damage must have been bigger than I thought. Pilot ejects. So the TBF that I missed before is back at altitude. Next one to deal with. Just whenever I shoot, I make heavy use of the zoom function. It's simply an accuracy issue. I like to see exactly where my shots are going, exactly where they're impacting the aircraft, so I can make minor adjustments to aim for weak points of the aircraft. Engines, the point where the wings attach to the fuselage, rear control surfaces, depending on what I'm trying to do to either disable or completely destroy the enemy aircraft that I'm targeting at the time. For targets, doing a check of the scoreboards, finding who their top players are, seeing if any of them are floating around near me. Nothing else appears to be up here, but again, it want to be something nice and juicy for me to give up this energy advantage. just quickly checking the map there for finding out where the remaining ground targets are located. That's the easiest way to locate enemy bombers or potential targets that you can't see. So with nothing else up here, time to go into a dive, take a shot at the targets that are currently strafing down light tanks and AA. There's a bit of a swarm. I don't particularly like diving into this. There's no real need for me down here, but I haven't really been presented with a lot of other aircraft. So we have one that's busting out on its own, going to strafe AA. It'll be my next target. Nobody appeared to be on his tail, so he's got away on his own. Go past. I know I've done pretty good damage. Just follow him underneath, make sure he doesn't pull into the tail. Now pull into a sharp climb and then a roll over to come back then shot down on top of his cockpit. But the damage was obviously worse than I thought again. Crashes out. As you can see, there's just too many Allied fighters in this area. My gun is not needed here, so I'm going to climb up for altitude again, go over the top of the mountains and see what's on the other side of them where our allies currently aren't. To be floating around above me, although the thick clouds make it hard to see. But at this stage in the match I doubt there will be much above. So I'm cruising over towards their base, find a couple of potential targets. Pick the first one that pops up. Trying to conserve my ammo, the last thing I can do is have to go through a reload while I'm in this sort of position. Managed to pop a snapshot into his wing while I'm blacked out. Down now, he's diving for his base, he wants AA cover and he has a friend in the area, so go for the finishing kill. Put myself into a fairly risky position here for this. Damage is done. Now I know I've got a plane on my tail and I've got AA, so I'm putting this thing right on the deck, through the trees, as low as I can go, as fast as I can go. Quick arc over there so I can fit the plane between those two pine trees. Now, I was trying to decide which way to go here. I decided to go up over the left. I want to get back into that soup and disappear. If I go around to the right, I'll still be visible at all times. It was probably the better option to escape. This has the higher chance of success. So just keeping the mountain in between me and my tail's guns. Try not to climb too sharply, I don't want to give up too much speed. Through the mountains, now I've got a big rock in between, head for the sky. This is what I was talking about at the start of the match. If you can run into this soup and then stay in it, you can just disappear. And you'll see in a moment here, he'll disappear off my radar, I've disappeared off his. At this point in the match, the ground target's getting pretty close, and I'm noticing that B-25 over there still bombing targets, but he's got two allies on him, so I'll fly back down here. Sure enough, my friend lost me. Come down and finish him off. Now I know all fighters on this side of the map are eliminated, so climbing back for altitude, looking for a new target. And the B-25 is still alive. I have no idea why they haven't managed to shoot him down at this stage in time, so I'm going to cruise over here and have a look at what's going on. Nick past the back of this B-25 and I realise that these two guys down here, they've had this B-25 for well over a minute and they're not hitting him. The shots are just whizzing straight past, so if they're not going to finish the job, I'm going to. This match is getting too close to leave bombers over ground targets. So They're getting speed for a high speed dive. I only want to have to do this once. Critical damage, spear straight over the wing. Target down. It's this point that I notice there were actually 2 bombers down in this area, so get rid of the second one as well. Use the speed gauge from the original dive, plus this dive. Closing rapidly, aim carefully. Wait for the pull up after the bomb, take the wing, continue through. We're down to 2 ground targets there remaining, and we're on our last one. So I'm targeting bombers, and I'm just shooting a quick message through to the team, say, look, hit the ground targets, get rid of them now, or this is over. So A-20G, obviously, the aircraft I fear the most at this stage in time to kick in this match in one shot. But our boys pull through, last target's down, and that's the match. First place on the team, 12 kills, no losses. The Survivor Award, the Hero Fighter Award. I also got an unlock up there, but that was actually from a previous match. If you exit a match early for any reason and unlock something, it will show up on your next match. You can see 66,750 credits and 137,260 XP. Now, this is on a premium aircraft with a 50-50 double rate on a premium account on a double, but the XP on the aircraft is maxed, it is mastered, so it no longer has its X5 multiplier. First place for the team, over 3,000 points. Not a bad match. Gents, the P39K-1, not a bad plane at all. If you're looking for a cheap premium, I most certainly recommend it. I hope you enjoy this. If you do, please click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and fly safe.